My character is first generation, you know, he's American, born in America, but then his wife's cousins come over. They're illegal immigrants. And one of the cousins falls in love with the niece of my character. And if he marries her, he has the right to become an American citizen. And my character can't help but believe that's the reason he wants to get married.
He's a very effervescent character, he's very positive. He's quite a performer, he's a bit of a showman. He definitely stands out in that community, and Eddie finds that very difficult to deal with.
At the beginning of the play, she's just been offered a job, and it's a massive opportunity for her. And it's very much on the cusp of her womanhood, going from, you know, a girl to a woman. I mean, the great thing about Miller is there's so much in A View from the Bridge to play with. You know, it's so much about family, being respectful to your family.
Honour is a big thing because Eddie kind of crosses a massive boundary, both with me and with Catherine.
Well, it's a play about immigration. It's a play about family, love, honour.
One of the key themes, I guess, for Catherine is the idea of womanhood, what she thinks a woman should be like.
There's so many turning points for Eddie. He arrives in and his wife's cousins are coming from Sicily illegally. And then he starts looking at the younger one who's looking at his niece, and he wants to be an American. He starts to get suspicious. He goes to a family friend lawyer called Alfieri and asks for help. And hopefully that there is a law that will move him on, move this errant cousin on. And the lawyer tells him there's nothing that the law can do to help him. He can't believe that. That's a huge turning point when he goes to the lawyer for the first time, asks for help, and there's no help there.
When Eddie kisses Catherine and then Eddie kisses Rodolfo, that is obviously huge. He's not just making life difficult for us, he is dishonouring us. That's a massive turn, because I think then the plans for marriage move forward very quickly.
One of the biggest turning points has to be when she decides to marry Rodolfo, because she's never been disobedient in her whole life or never turned her back on Eddie. And this is the one moment where she decides to go against what Eddie wants and marry Rodolfo.
There is an issue as well, how healthy his obsession is with his niece is a question. Now, I don't think he's in love with his niece, but I think he is driven by this promise that he's made to his sister-in-law, his dead sister-in-law. And he sees the younger of the cousins about to betray and abuse the trust of the niece. But he doesn't want to dishonour himself and his family by calling the Immigration Bureau, because you don't do that.
There's a major moment for me, which is when he comes back to warn Eddie of the fact that Marco's in the church praying. So Rodolfo knows at this point, if it comes to it, Marco will kill Eddie. Rodolfo is trying to find a way still to heal the family.
Although they might have all the characters might have different interests, they all desperately want to be on the same page. Everyone is trying to make this family work, and that's where the desperation comes at the end, when it all falls apart.
In terms of the decisions that I've taken, it's all been about maintaining positivity. His whole way of being is to be positive, to entertain, to charm, to try and bring people together.
She is a young woman at the start, but it's not until towards the end of the play that she starts making decisions for herself, because before then she's never really been allowed to. It's not exactly that she's submissive at the beginning, but she's definitely very respectful of Eddie, and it's not until later on that she starts to show a more rebellious side.
For me, Eddie Carbone is an everyman. If he's heroic, then he doesn't draw you in. You gotta love him because he's ordinary and he's just caught in this situation. A community, honor-based community, in conflict with written law that produces this tragic event.